All right, I hit it. I'm sick, I think, guys.
Never
So,
mind, I'll stop talking. Fuck me.
hi. Like, are we live? Yeah, I think we're live. Move over, kids. I'm sick, so bear with me today. And my eyes like inflamed. I'm like a ball of just like stuff. Welcome to your 40s, guys. This is what you got to look forward to in 30 years, David. So how are you guys doing today?
Gnarly.
Gnarly. um, Talk to me. There was the big thing I think this week was an indie direct. Did anybody watch it? No.
I watched like the after video. Just
No,
kind of
you know, we must not be. We're gonna have to turn in our Nintendo card soon, guys. There was a time where I would have streamed that, but I watched a little of it, and Tetris Effect is coming. That's the only thing that really got me excited. And Metal Slug is getting a tactics game, which I really like those type of games. So that was kind of cool.
I usually hate tactics games, and that actually intrigued me. So,
And what
What was that?
was that? Me like from the past, like or
It
the
sounded like it.
oh my gosh.
I was gonna say, I think the biggest thing was Axiom. Well, one of the biggest things, Axiom Verge 2 dropped the day of the indie presentation. So that I know there was a lot of hype over that Metroidvania.
well, they had a few other games that dropped at the same time, didn't they? Or am I going crazy? I thought a couple others did.
I'm just gonna Google indie direct so we can save a little face here. But yeah, I think we have forfeited some of our Nintendo fanboy privileges.
Yeah, like we're not there anymore. We got Fish Fan and Hunter and EPS in the chat right now. What's up, guys? He had bought Slime Rancher on Steam 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I will say Tetris Effect Ken is on Xbox Game Pass if you still have that right now.
I do, but I'd probably rather just play it in my bed, you know?
That's fair. That's a lot of effects. I'll be really interested to see how the Switch can handle that game. Because that is while it's Tetris, it's a very, like, a lot of particle effects, a lot of interesting stuff going on.
I know EPS agrees, but I'm really going to be surprised if they don't use this again for that game.
I think the Labo is done. The Labo experiment's done, dude.
I can't see a world where the Switch has enough power to power what you have to do to make that 3D in the Labo space for Tetris Effect.
They did it for Breath of the Wild. You think they couldn't do it for something that plays a video behind
Tetris Effect graphically, I think is a far more difficult game for the CPU of the Switch. There's particle effects, the light tracing and stuff in that game. Those graphics are super, super complicated. And really,
it's just blocks, dude. It's just blocks.
See this be coming to the Switch.
It's just a T-square.
So yeah,
playing it on the PSVR, I feel like it is, and it kind of isn't at the same time. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Cool.
EPS wants to know about your purple light or pink. Rat boy.
Devin.
It's not showing up very well, but yeah, it kind of all melds together on the video.
What's the deal with it? He wants to know what's the deal. What's that purple light?
It's my LED strips.
This is the LED strips.
Because it's just cool. I don't know. I decided to put LED strips on my shelf.
All right. Someone else carry the load because I'm like out of it right now. I am.
So what's everyone been playing? Let's go with that and then branch outwards. David? What's in your consoles right now?
Devin convinced me to re-download Red Dead Redemption 2, and we played a little bit of that. It was a week ago. I haven't touched anything else.
It was more than a week ago because I was playing Red Dead. You were playing with both of us, and we were. You hussy! Sorry, David. Go on. Sorry.
I'm literally waiting for you guys for somebody else to play with it because I don't really know exactly what the hell I'm doing.
Devin's a double agent. I think that Ken should tell us when he wants to play this week, so we can all play maybe Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, Ken's
That's a yes from Ken. That's a yes from Ken. I see that right now.
I might have Tuesday off. I think I do.
I want Ken to be alive by Tuesday at this point. Like, that's what I like watching this thing. Like, I'm like, oh.
We'll see. We'll see. The jury's out. Like, I fell asleep even today. Like, I never fall asleep.
We're gonna need to leave the Zoom call on to make sure we don't see flies around in the room. Just a little.
Just open the same Zoom meeting next week, and Ken's like,
Right. Sid Patel says hi, everyone. Hi.
And you need some Mexican remedies. You need Vicks Vapor Rub.
Thanks for just
Mexican remedies, yes.
And then you need some Sprite and maybe the Virgin Mary, like a portrait on the side or something. That helps a lot.
Make it happen. So just email it to me or something.
Okay.
Like
sure.
I can like print up a copy.
PNG file.
I want a
3D
GIF.
print a little icon for you to put in your corner.
I'm working on my Ken and Ultimate a bit. What? Hunter
He's talking about Smash.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, is he talking about me?
We're all working on our Ken to be the ultimate Ken.
Like Hunter has a Ken impression that he's just working on. Why? Why are you an asshole? Why?
So going back to video games and trying to keep us on topic,
That's
Devin,
all
what's
I've been playing.
outside of Red Dead Redemption 2 all around town, you whore.
Yeah. Horror.
Something on my Switch. I forget what it was now. Damn it! I just hold on. I'll talk.
God, we don't know the Indie Direct. We don't know what games we're playing. We fell down.
I know.
like,
Like,
the whole
where are
thing.
we?
Like,
we're
Ken's falling apart.
in
Like
the,
I said,
we're
I've
in the
been
what
leaving the
if.
hospital
Like, what if we
43 days
had a
in a row,
video
so-
game show and we didn't talk about video games?
We can talk about food. I'm always down for that.
No,
No,
Damn it.
Devin has vetoed
that
that.
takes David into hell.
You
So
know
did
you
you
want to,
remember
Devin.
what
You're
Switch game
Italian.
you were
You're
playing?
pretty much, your blood is pretty much marinara sauce. Like that's, everyone knows that.
Spicy. Spicy white.
Spicy white.
You said it.
Down the drain this goes. This is a great episode, guys. I feel like we're hitting our stride today.
No, but I
Welcome
tried
back.
a game on the Switch called Undermine, and I found out why that a lot of people aren't liking it because it seems to crash randomly, and other just indie titles like Flipping Death, Pumpkin Jack, and I started trying Dead Cells again because there was a bunch of DLC that they added.
Oh, nice.
Free DLC.
Now, well, apparently I must have bought one in I don't remember, but they are paid DLCs.
Are those the Fortnite Joy-Cons?
No, I think those are the Zelda Joy-Cons on your Switch.
On your Switch? I
The
see
Zelda.
a dark blue one.
Zelda.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So let me ask y'all this, because this is what's happened with me. Popped in Skyward Sword, played around with it, and remembered it was Skyward Sword. How have y'all been playing it? Because I just fell right back off after like 3-4 hours.
I
So,
popped in
unfortunately.
Skyward Sword, and I gotta admit, I don't know if I ever want to go back. Breath of the Wild might have like spoiled me. I don't want to go back to an hour-long tutorial of just stupid nonsense just for setup. You know, I love Zelda and I love Ocarina of Time. I love all those games, but like thinking about it now, I'm like, I wonder how I would feel about Wind Waker even. Like just that
Linear.
hour or two of just very linear, but also just like a very like easy to moderate gameplay of just trying to have you figure out how to spin attack and stuff like that, or just to get, oh, look at it, we're in a world of water now, we're in a world of clouds now, you know, and you know that because we're about to have a competition of birds. It's like, just wake me up in 100 years and let me wake up to a horrible world where I have to just like do stuff and collect forest poop. That's all I want.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm as that bad because I beat Ocarina for the first time after I played Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skyward Sword, like there's cool things that I'm like, oh, that's in Breath of the Wild. They this whole stamina system comes from Skyward. Didn't realize that.
It's all connected.
But golly, that game, like 2 steps, talk, 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 talk. 2 steps, talk, 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 talk. And I'm with you. I'm like, I don't know if Breath of the Wild broke this or if this was just not for me from the get-go. What's y'all's experience?
Fish Fan really liked it. Fish Fan says Skyward Sword HD was beautifully done. I played the whole way through and now I'm on to the hero mode. But controls made the game so much better. Also, EPS got his amiibo.
That I got probably about the same. Like, John, I don't know where you got to, but like I got to the point where they did the Loftwing race, whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm. I got a little past that, but
I got really irritated. I have to say that I also tried just doing it on the actual Switch and was even more irritated. And that's what I was saying. I like the motion controls better.
Yeah,
even though they don't work all that well.
It is taking me a time to get, because I want that other joystick to be a camera. Like I want that to move where the camera is.
Yes, I did too, and I'm like, what?
But I mean, I do like that I can play it with that. Like I can play this game with, on my light, which is where I've been primarily playing it.
Yeah.
But it, like I said, it's just I also don't like Link's face. Link has a stupid face in this one. I hate his stupid face.
What's wrong with his face?
Right now, it's kind of like that, and I don't like. No, just kidding.
No, his face is fine. His face is fine.
He's talking about Link, not me.
You can't hate a 5-year-old.
No, like both your faces are fine. I'm talking about both your faces.
Thanks for clarifying, Ken. I don't know why I didn't pick up that game. It was so weird because I loved Zelda. Maybe it was because I was a poor high school.
Maybe you don't.
Maybe I don't. I think Ken is so. This is cynical, Ken, right now.
I don't think this is cynical, Ken. I think this is just like.
This is like punished Snake from like MGS5. This is cynical, Ken. They're all clones of each other.
What if there were like 6 Kens and they're like all off to the side? There's like hard question Ken. There's
Liquid Ken with like missing an arm.
Oh my God.
For any of my MGS fans out there, I don't know if you guys all love MGS. But
Hunter does. I know Hunter does.
Most people our age have to like MGS at some point, like one of the games at least.
Old Ken. Oh, sorry.
I think I am old Ken. Delirious Ken.
They're all old Ken. There's no young.
I know.
Ken.
There's no variation to that.
there is super old Ken, which is Ken in a rocking chair going, "Storms are coming."
I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
I don't think any of us know what we're talking about. And this is just. we're just trying to stay on something.
The funniest part is that when JB rocked, it actually made a rocking sound.
Oh yeah, so
My chair doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, this is like emotional. This chair belongs to my grandfather, and I'm like, I really need to oil this, but then I'm like, that sound, that's Papu. I miss Papu. So back in my day, we used to have glow on our cartridges. Now you kids today say we shouldn't do that.
What's the
But
first?
I'll tell you something.
What's
They
the
work.
first video game you ever
blowing
played?
it, you walk 15 miles to your Nintendo, and bam, Zelda. And sometimes you got a save file. Sometimes you don't, and it's just raced itself. I don't know.
So shout out to Fish Fan. I haven't seen him in a while. And shout out to Kaufman and Asit Patel, Hunter, everybody. I feel like I don't see them for a bit. Maybe it's just me, but shout out to you guys. But Ken, have you been playing your Xbox at all?
No.
Delayed, Ken.
I was thinking about it. I played some Batman, and then I played some Skyward Sword, and then I play Smash Brothers sometimes. And I have a friend at work who's really getting into Pokemon Unite, and I was like, "Isn't that a pay-to-win game?" And he seems to have a lot of fun with it. He doesn't really play video games, but like it got him to buy 2 controllers, and like it's all he talks about now. So like I don't know. I guess it did its job, right? Got somebody playing that doesn't. Isn't that what video games should do? Like try to like reach out to a new audience. Does anyone know what Pokemon Unite is? It's like I watched them play it. It's just like you dunk basketballs and stuff.
It's a
MOBA, right?
multiplayer online battle arena.
Isn't it like League of Legends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Do they
Pokemon.
dunk basketballs in League of Legends?
No,
No.
Why do they do it in Pokemon Unite?
because Pokemon.
I mean, they're not really
I don't know,
basketballs.
Ken. I don't know, man.
It's like they beat each other up, and then there's balls and stuff, and then you collect the balls, and then you dunk them in something.
Mhm.
Well done.
Like no one knows what I'm talking about.
No.
Like I swear this is a thing.
I
We
know
love
from
you.
like 5 minutes of trying Pokemon Unite and realizing it was like it's kind of cool, but then I got bored.
So what has anyone had a cool pickup of the week? Devin,
David just laughing.
we've lost David. We've lost Ken.
Right, kid.
Welcome to the ship is sinking episode.
Well, this got weird real quick. What's weird about it?
We have no idea what's going on.
Okay, it's all good. David's dying, but no, John, you said that you got your what's it called? The you're wearing the shirt for it. Video game monthly box. What have you gotten in that so far?
So yeah, I got. So that's a subscription service that I kind of started me on YouTube. You subscribe, they send you X amount of games based on your subscription plan. But I had stopped because I was on like 3 games a month, and you pick what systems.
So was I.
And it just got. I just was back in November. The collection stuff was really bumming me out, and we had an episode with 60 Formula. And after that, me, him, and David were talking, and I kind of was like, it is time to collect differently. And so I purged it out, and I was like, man, there's a lot of stuff in here I didn't ever really want. And so I sold all that off, and I stopped VGM, but then I went to Southeast Game Exchange, talked to the owners, and the owners of that company are super, super cool guys. Like, they are cool guys to talk to, hang out with. They party really hard, too. But one of the owners just pulled me aside. I was like, hey man, we were sorry to lose you. And I was like, well, I don't collect like that anymore. And he's like, what if we did you a special 1 game a month box? And he's like, I will get you a really good game, 1 game a month. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And so I resubscribed, and I've been back 1 month, and they sent me Contra 3, which is a really good game right out the gate. I played around. It's super hard. Really, really hard. It has kicked my butt. And so but yeah, that is the shirt I'm rocking. They also gave me a free shirt. So actually, they've given me a couple free shirts and some shot glasses too. They're cool guys.
Did they remember you from just your subscription, or did you tell them you used to subscribe?
No, they knew me. They because they know the YouTubers that do unboxings for them.
Oh.
They follow them. And I mean, because we're basically, we're doing free, we're customers and we're promoting for them.
Yeah.
So they're very, they send us free promotional items. We pay. I do want to be clear, we pay what everyone else pays for their box.
How much is it?
Mine is $35 a month. That's the same as a 3 game a month plan.
So now it's $35 a month for 1 cool game.
Yeah. And I got cool games with them before. I got Mega Man X. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 for the NES.
Wow,
they send cool stuff as well. But I did not.
Most of the Super Nintendo games I had back here were from them.
Yeah, I did not want to be going that whole grabbing a lot, and I was just like, so 1 game a month, I can play around with it, stream it a couple of times, and it's good. If I like it, it goes in the collection. If not, it goes to my favorite video game store. So, but yeah, that's one of my recent pickups. I also went to a store that had gotten a lot of limited run stuff in, and I traded in, and I got the one limited run Switch game I had missed and was upset about, and that was the Grandia HD collection.
Nice.
So I also got the Jane Silent Bob NES game.
The most recent thing I got was Trover Saves the Universe from Best Buy, which I was actually surprised to show up there, and I was very glad to get a hold of that.
Yeah, I was expecting Grandia to show up at Best Buy, and nope. I was like,
Nothing.
so.
There's actually a video game store in New York City that I've visited recently. They have all kinds of limited run stuff retail.
Was it video game?
I don't understand how the hell they do it.
Was it Video Games New York?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they have a distribution deal with them that they just.
I know, but it's just like I'm very surprised that scalpers have not raped that store. Like, it makes no sense to me.
They always have crazy good stock, especially like indie stuff. Like they have a lot of the indie Dreamcast scene. Like they keep stock. I think they publish some of it as well. So that is a really cool store.
Yeah, it really is.
That's one of my
Speaking of Trover.
I actually would rather go to Video Games New York than go to the Nintendo store.
Take that back.
Yeah, I mean, the Nintendo
Take
store
that back.
sometimes, like, I love the store, but then sometimes it's got really cool merch, and then sometimes it's kind
of. I mean, it's Nintendo accessories. It's not like they have a game section, but it's other than a few random sometimes.
You know why you guys say that? Because you've been there and you're spoiled. Me and David, we would love to have a Nintendo store like 100 miles from us.
But you've been to E3. You've literally touched Doug Bowser's hand. I don't want to hear it.
And he washed it too.
You've never
speaking of Trover, I started Rick and Morty. I've never watched it before.
The TV show?
The TV show, and I'm 2 episodes in, and it's
what do you think?
It's stupid hilarious, man. The writing is so funny. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know that's TV, but
part where you see the connection to Gravity Falls, have you?
I haven't. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm only 2 episodes in, but
okay, I need to look back and see where that is. But they are connected in a way.
Cool. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Show us what you got.
Exactly.
I've never seen it.
I'm sorry, that's probably season 2. You're not there yet, but you'll get there.
You're not one of us yet, David. Keep going.
Well, I mean, we say that to you all the time, but that's just about you like aging. Like, keep going, David. One more year.
Maybe I'll be a senior one day. Don't worry, guys. I'll get
there.
Ken's a senior citizen.
Now my ARP is about to come in.
Oh my God.
If they're watching this episode, I think they're going to send it tonight just to go.
Just like hurry it up.
He's on his deathbed. Go.
You know what Ken needs? Ken, you need the
early bird dinner at Denny's. Yep.
The Visine drops that say allergy on it. I don't know what's in.
I don't have allergies though.
Yeah, but just throw them in your eye.
Yeah, maybe because it's like really bothering me right now.
So no video games, huh? For you, Ken?
No, I was playing Skyward Sword.
Today?
Today, no, not today. I wasn't playing anything today. I don't know what I did today. I worked and then I fell asleep. Like, that's where I'm at with life right now. I'm just like, I've been like sick for like 3 days and just like, I don't know. Like, I should just play video games or something. Like, but I've been just like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Like, I literally forgot what we were talking about. So why don't you guys like talk about something?
We're gonna spare it. John, what are you gonna play after this? Are you gonna play anything tonight?
Early today I streamed another attempt at Dracula X, and stage 6 is kicking my butt. I don't know. I'm looking around. I really want to start one of the Grandia games.
What is Grandia?
It's an old RPG series. It started on the PlayStation 1. I think Grandia 2 was on the Dreamcast. That's the one I have. But it's a JRPG. It's an old school JRPG. I keep wanting to start a JRPG. I've been playing like a lot of action and platformers. I played Mega Man 2 earlier this afternoon because I hadn't touched that in a while, which is still one of the greatest games ever made.
Mega Man 2 or X2?
Mega Man 2.
Okay.
Mega Man X2 is a great game as well. The first two X games are phenomenal. X is probably my favorite, on my top 10, top 5.
I know it would probably never happen, but I would love to see Powered Up from the PSP come back. I freaking love Powered Up.
PSP is so weird. Like that Castlevania, they did these 2.5D remakes of all these games. Like there's a Mega Man X remake. There's
Mega Man X on the PSP was the first time I ever played at Mega Man X. I love that game.
Yeah. And it's a good version. I like the original a little bit more, but probably just because of nostalgia. But yeah, it was, why did they for the PSP do all these 2.5 remakes? They didn't port. They made these remakes, which they're fine. Castlevania.
Also back in that era, we talked about before, how Nintendo would get their new Nintendo-centric version of a game. That was PSP's doing.
Yeah,
they did that all the time. I love the Ghosts and Goblins game that they had on there.
Oh yeah, that's a really hard game. But anytime you say Ghosts and Goblins, has anyone played the Ghosts and Goblins on Switch?
No, but I've been very tempted. I was holding off because I was hoping Limited Run might be here. But now I'm probably just going to buy it because it looks really good.
Yeah. I've heard it is kick your butt, roll you up, put you in the trash, and make you look like Ken hard.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I love the art style of it, though. It looks really pretty.
I hope when you beat it, it tells you have to beat it again, and then it gives you a one-slide, victory.
You have to do the whole game in your underwear.
Yeah. Hunter just started playing Kingdom Hearts. I forget. I asked you this before, but why did Kingdom Hearts 3 suck? Why wasn't it a big deal?
We're talking about
Hunter? From a person that never played the rest of them, I thought Kingdom Hearts was really neat.
It's just people waited 10 years to get Kingdom Hearts 3. Shouldn't it have been a cultural phenomenon or something? Why did it
that's
just
also another reason why I bought this, because it has every Kingdom Hearts game in it.
Why did it just blink out of existence? It's it came, okay, fine, whatever, what's next?
I think a lot of people were kind of frustrated that it felt dated. That I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts.
It's legit the same thing that happened with freaking Duke Nukem Forever, because the game was being created for 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it came out and felt like a PS2 game, and
even though I still thought that Duke Nukem Forever was fucking hilarious, it was really funny.
Maybe it's just development hell. I mean, Final Fantasy 13 was one of the most hated Final Fantasies until 15 came around, just because it took so long to make, and maybe it just didn't live up to people's expectations.
Yeah,
but
I mean, no one's asking for a Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't know
if I'd go that far. I still see some clamoring and love for that series.
Yeah, I heard 3 was kind of, I don't know anything about it, but I heard it was open-ended to where it could lead to a 4.
Oh, it totally is. And they're going to probably release a game on every stupid platform other than major one, but a mini one. They had so many dumb little games.
That's another thing that I heard that really hurt it. Every one of those mini games counted in some way and impacted the story.
And they have some of the most
really understand why this was Kingdom Hearts 3. Because it seems like all that stuff you could do is little side stuff, and then have 1, 2, and 3 still make sense on their own. Everything I heard is if you did not play everything going into 3, you had no clue of what's going on.
But I wanted to play 3 really bad, so I watched a plot synopsis, a video of going through every single game up until 3, and I got a headache. It's the most convoluted story I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. And I like time travel stories.
Me too.
For Disney and Final Fantasy, it is really deep.
It was such... I don't want to ruin it for Hunter, so I don't know. Maybe next week we can talk a little more about it. The first game is really good, though. The second one, the first 3 hours, makes no sense.
I don't know why I have this though.
I'm actually, of all of us, I'm really surprised David is not into Kingdom Hearts.
I know. Why do I have a PS? I have a PS2. I have 4 sealed for some reason as well. Sorry, I'm just looking at my collection.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. I didn't have a PS2.
Okay.
I was a GameCube kid, and then I had the next thing after that was I almost had a 360, but then I got a Wii. So PS2, kind of a lot of it's unknown to me, so I missed out on heavy hitters like X2, GTA, things like that.
Mosquito.
I mean, I lived vicariously through my friends, so I knew what it was. And so I'm familiar with it as like an outsider.
Yeah.
But yeah, that seems like a game that's up my alley.
I can segue that into some news. It's been reported that it looks like we're getting the Gundam Grand Theft Auto trilogy from the PS2 upgraded, remastered on the Switch. So that'll be Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Where are you getting that from?
A couple of news sites have been reporting it. I think I saw it on
I was gonna say, like, I heard it like scrolling through TikTok one day, and I wasn't sure if it was real.
It's been by enough sources that I don't think it's just rumor. I think there's some legitimacy to it. Are you excited about that?
Everyone said Switch Pro.
Where it's just gonna be like Grand Theft Auto 3 on the cart, and then the other two are downloads.
I don't know at this point. I would
hope so.
That seems like a possibility. I mean, that or it could be like BioShock Collection, which no one seems to complain about. BioShock has all 3 games halfway through, and you have to download the rest of the games.
Oof.
Like versus the Borderlands Collection has Borderlands 1 on the cart and the download codes for the other 2. But yeah, the BioShock Collection cart is useless in a new system if those servers go down.
I got a question for you. If you bought the Grand Theft Auto game and then someone like stole it from you, would you be happy that somebody enacted that in real life, the purpose of the game?
I feel like it is like voicing the concern of every mom of my generation with when the Grand Theft Auto games.
You know how his hard-hitting question was just that was like a softball question.
No, I just want to know. Just want to know, would you be happy? Like, just a little bit, even. Just like, of all my games stolen, I'm glad it was that one.
It's like the Karen felt like the.
See, video
like
game guy said it was true. That means it's going to happen.
Yeah, the Karen prophecy comes true from 20 years ago. It's like, well, just you wait until you get Grand Theft Auto'd, and then it actually happens. Someone steals the cartridge.
So no answer.
No, I would not be happy.
I was gonna say I probably wouldn't be actually buying this one, so I'll.
I have them on PS2.
I would say I probably would because I spent countless hours playing Vice City. I love it.
Is it just the PS2 trilogy, or is it 4?
No, it's just the PS2 trilogy.
And is it just Switch?
It's coming for all of the platforms.
Okay, so it would look how. So let's talk about how it would fare.
I can't imagine like unless they were really doing some hard remaking, which I don't think is what they're doing. I think
are they just doing
should be great on the Switch.
You think it's going to be just performance like maybe just like a coat of fresh paint like
I think you'll see some up-resing of the graphics. You'll see it at a higher resolution, so that means like fixing textures. I'm curious for Vice City and San Andreas. The music is going to be the big thing. How they go about that because that's licensed music. And Vice City does not work if you don't have that music. Like Vice City is not Vice City. I mean, it's like Crazy Taxi does not work without the Offspring soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh God, I would.
But Vice City really needs all those 80s songs.
What if they replaced it with Nintendo theme songs, though? Would that work?
No.
What
if instead of Grand Theft Auto, they made Grand Theft Kart, and it was like Mario Kart, but for Grand Theft Auto? Oh wait, that's Forza Horizon. Never mind.
Do you think that they can place any quality of life things, a la Wind Waker, Quick Sale kind of thing, in a Grand Theft Auto?
I don't have enough memory of those games at this point to actually know what would improve life. the problem for me is like buying that might be if they sell it a la carte on the digital store. I would maybe more likely be picking up Vice City.
I heard San Andreas is the best one.
I don't like San Andreas, like the same reason I don't like Red Dead Redemption 2. There's just too many systems. Like, you have to keep yourself in shape and exercise. I'm just all that's going to do is remind me I'm not doing that in real life. So
okay.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad that. I mean, it also kind of proves that Rockstar doesn't need to. They just make so much money on what they have right now.
A Rockstar, good lord, that company is five. It's five, right? What was it? There's a great meme going around that the PS2 had 3 great Grand Theft Auto games. Grand Theft Auto 5 had 3 great PlayStations. I mean, it's on PlayStation 3, 4, and 5 at this point. I thought like PlayStation 5, everyone was getting that game for free. Like I thought that was like a pack-in for everybody.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I haven't seen anything since then.
I really want to jump into Red Dead. But I tell you, man, now I'm really, because Microsoft has been slowly rolling out improved games with 60 frames and whatnot. I think I might just wait until a patch or something, but it still looks really good when Devin and I played it in free roam. Yeah, but I think it would look better even in like campaign where you don't have to really necessarily be connected to a network of any kind. Yeah. But
yeah, it looks like a fine game to me. Like I said, Devin and I played around. Yeah.
Would you rather get 3 more Red Dead Redemptions or Grand Theft Auto 6?
I'm gonna let David
indifferent. I think I'm indifferent, man. I don't know.
You have to pick one.
I'm so indifferent. So
I will punch a puppy in the face if you don't like answer me.
Oh my god.
It would be cool
to
see.
Violent.
Don't test me.
It would be cool to see Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay. What about you guys?
He's like, okay. Wow.
I didn't really want to punch that puppy, but I laid the claim out there. I was like, I'm a man of my word too. So like, I'm glad you answered. What about you guys?
Devin, go ahead and answer that one before he starts.
I would agree GTA 6. I mean, I don't know.
GTA 6, okay.
It's been years since they've actually done something with GTA.
What would you do?
I want LA Noire 2.
Ooh. Okay.
That would be neat.
No, Bully 2.
Bully 2. Ooh.
Bully 2. Yeah, we'll go with that. So what's going on in the chat right now? I don't have the chat open. How's everyone doing down there?
They're all alive. They are all alive.
What did they want us to talk about?
EPS is why wouldn't they throw GTA 1 and GTA 2 into the collection?
Because no one likes those games.
Yeah.
Garbage games.
Duty.
Like, honestly, Grand Theft Auto 3 is really where the series starts, and everything before that was just demo.
People, I mean, creative people that make mods for Grand Theft Auto 5 have just created longevity for that game, and also have mods where it looks like a next gen, like the graphical mod. And
the online community on that game is huge. I mean, it is. Everyone talks about, oh, they need Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm like, do you know how much money that thing is printing for them? Like, why would they mess with that? You know, because there was kind of the hope that Red Dead Redemption Online would do the same thing, and it has not latched on the same way. I don't see any reason if you're having the level of, because this is, at this point, it's not just like the highest grossing game of all time. It's like one of the highest grossing entertainment properties ever. I mean, this thing is printing money.
Right.
And all they're doing is just an online heist every so often. And like, yeah, like I don't like it because I'm an older school gamer, but I get why you do what you're doing. So, but I don't know what to do with my hands at this point.
Hold a Whopper, dude. Go get a Whopper. Just like hold it. A Whopper is like you hold it like with 2 hands. Therefore, like You're never awkward with a Whopper.
But is this a Whopper with everything on it?
Whoa!
Okay.
Taco Bell guy just said like go to Burger King.
Okay,
Does
fine.
it have everything on it, Ken?
A
I was gonna
quesarito.
say,
It's off the menu, but you can still get it. There.
Or what's in
secret's
it?
out.
Off the menu.
What's in it, Ken?
Yeah.
Quesarito?
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I should reveal secrets.
Uh-oh.
Nah, it's just cheese, chipotle, beef, and more cheese, and tortillas, and sour cream.
David, question. Now, am I the only one that remembers the fact of Arkham Knights? When was that supposed to come out? I feel like that was supposed to be out a while ago.
Arkham Knights.
What?
Yes.
Are you talking about the
Oh.
one where Batman's dead?
Oh no, Gotham
Yes.
Knights. Gotham
Gotham
Knights.
Knights, whatever the hell.
They
You know
delayed
what-
that to 2022.
Shit. When did that happen?
Yeah.
I wanted to play that game.
Gotham Arkham Knight. Or
Can we
Gotham
talk
Knight.
about the fact that having 5 or 4 different Robins is impossible for Batman based upon his age of being 35-ish? Like, he has Dick Grayson, who has grown up and became a whole nother superhero. Jason Todd, who is dead and then gets to come back and
He's
have
a whole other superhero?
And then there's Tim Drake, who is just like, oh, I know who you are. And
Dave.
And then there's Damian Wayne. Now, I get it. Damian Wayne was aged up via, like, the League of Assassins stuff. But the fact of the matter is, even if each of these Robins were only 3 years with Batman, right? Only 3, that's still 12 years right there. And Batman didn't have a Robin to begin with. And those Robins would have had to have training before Batman just let them go out there. It's implausible.
I mean, they've talked about that in the comics now, that they basically, that time is just different. You know, they just accept that the time doesn't flow the same in the comic realm, which I know that doesn't sound like a satisfying answer to Ken, but
It's definitely not a satisfying answer.
I mean, it's comics. It's perpetually Act 2. Like they have to do things, mess with things, and I kind of agree. Like, I didn't really like Damian becoming Robin, so
Fine, whatever.
Oh, well.
If we're just gonna accept it, then
yeah, we're just gonna have to.
I don't
I think
accept
that's all we got to do.
I don't
is
accept it.
We have
How
to
about
accept
that,
it and move on.
Now, did that Suicide Squad game get knocked back as well?
That was my question.
It was already like, it was a 2022 game because all they showed was a cinematic trailer.
For some reason, I thought those games were coming out earlier. I don't know what.
No, they didn't have gameplay for
I knew they didn't have gameplay. for them.
Suicide Squad.
For
So
some reason, thought they were both. coming out.
honestly, I thought Suicide Squad was probably 2022 or 2023. But Gotham Knights was supposed to be out this year, but with the pandemic, they had to delay it.
Duty.
I mean, that's the nature of the beast. Is we're going into the holiday season, we're not going to have a lot of big titles.
When is Psychonauts 2 coming out? I'm just trying to scroll through all the ones that I'm remembering were supposed to come out.
That is coming out. That is set. That's one of the big ones for Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is really set to have a good year in terms of getting stuff out. Psychonauts.
That's the other thing. I'm hearing that there was like some big backlash against the company, which I find moronic. That
Psychonauts is like 10 days away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But apparently there was a big backlash of people saying that they think it's absolutely stupid that they could add an easy mode or like easy something to the game to make it a little more accessible for people. And I just makes me want to throw up. Like, really? That's what we're going to complain about as gamers?
This is a thing I can't stand in the community, like, or the larger, I don't want to say community, the larger video game fandom.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know squat about developing games. They don't know what's possible. They don't know, like, and they all want to, like, armchair quarterback. Like, no. If you're not a game developer, shut up.
I just think it's stupid that why wouldn't, like, I actually saw some people, like, on my, I'm trying to get some TikTok content going on, that were saying that, oh, the game developers don't need to make games for everyone. Do you not know that it's a business? that's literally why they're making shit. Like,
I mean, because a lot of those people are very entitled and think it's all about them. Like that.
I mean,
That's the thing.
all in all, like we've said, it is about money technically, but they are trying to go on fandoms, obviously, to get people buying their games. It's the whole freaking point.
Well,
But
I mean,
what do you guys think about that? Because like, it's not going to harm anybody if they put a damn easy mode into the game. So if people that don't have the greatest ability of playing games can play it and just go through the story and enjoy it the way they want to, doesn't bother me none. So,
Before I answer that, EPS, you're right. I did forget about Stephanie Brown. So I apologize to all her fans out there. She was a Robin. Maybe the
so
worst.
is Carrie Kelly, but
Maybe the worst Robin. No, but that was like Dark Knight Returns. We're talking about mainline continuity. Anyways,
so we just throw out the things I've published on. I see how it is.
yeah. What your question? Yeah, I don't see a problem with doing releasing easy modes. I mean, if it's what they want to do it, whatever, if they want to spend the time on that, it's no skin off my back. However, I do make fun of gamers who do the easy mode, and I'm going to continue making fun of gamers who do easy mode. However, as a developer, it's totally a legit thing to do.
Yeah, it totally opens it up. I mean, especially Psychonauts 2 is also one of those games they're trying to bank on getting people to Game Pass. Because it'll be day one.
Especially with Game Pass, I'll definitely try it.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's not a game I would have bought day one, but that's a game I'm going to play game one because it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
same thing with Flight Simulator.
Really heavily have to have played the first one to understand it.
I don't think so.
Hunter says, I feel like this argument also applies to putting a hard mode in Pokemon games. I would actually enjoy that, to be on the opposite side with Pokemon, because I've always felt Pokemon was too easy. But Hunter, I know, will he plays with community rules or hardcore rules or something like that, where you can only do this, you can only do that. If you faint, the character's dead or whatever. Can't reuse them. You can't have an item share or experience. So Hunter can do that stuff, and he can honor system himself. I can't. I'd be yeah, hard, I won't, if my guy dies, then I won't reset or whatever. But then my guy dies, and I'm well, I really liked him, so I'm going to reset. So, I don't have the honor, maybe, to, it's still volunteer hard modes. So I would love... Huh?
I was just going to say, Hunter is a Pokemon samurai, you are a Pokemon ninja.
Heck yeah, I am. I'll sneak in the middle of the night and slit your throat.
I also try to encourage people to play in a difficulty higher than what you would normally do. It does a couple things.
Fish fan, see you later, buddy.
It engages you to use mechanics that you normally wouldn't use. And I think also it may engage you more on the narrative too. So Resident Evil Village, I played it this year. And I kind of wish I would have played it on a difficulty higher because I'm very familiar with the franchise. So I did that with Ratchet and Clank. I played it on the one above normal. And I'm so glad I did that because it kept me on my toes and it kept me very engaged and it forced me to use things that I normally wouldn't do. So while I do want accessibility and newcomers to have a pleasant time, I also think it's great if people just try the higher difficulty. That's just from what I experienced with a couple games this year, but I don't know. I think just having multiple options is great.
Yeah, I agree. See, that's where I agree the most. I agree with you. I think people should push, but I just also think it's great when anyone can enjoy a game. Mm-hmm. I will say Doom 2016. I've said this before. Doom 2016 is one of my favorite games, and I will try to push through it on difficulty. But there's sometimes where I just want to scale it back, just because I need to just mow down some demons. And that's when Wolfenstein, the newer ones. I don't really like how the stealth is set up in that game. I don't think the stealth works really well. And so I generally can kick that down to easy just so I can plow through some Nazis and it won't be as You know, because sometimes I just want to shoot Nazis. Like I don't want to be the best at shooting Nazis. I just want to shoot some Nazis. So like I said, I agree. I think pushing people definitely to try, but also, you know, I think easy modes are fine. You're not going to be competitive, but you know, when I throw a football around with my friends, I'm not thinking I'm going to the NFL. So
True. Yeah. Very good point.
I'm still gonna make fun of people who play on easy.
Cynical Ken. It's okay. You're allowed.
So David, what do you want to talk about? I feel like we've been dominating this conversation. What's David flipping the coin, pretending he's Two-Face?
Just hit myself on the face with it. I don't know, man. I wish I could play more video games.
That adult time, like you got the adult money to get them, the adult time to play them is the other thing.
I think that Devin is probably the one that plays the most video games out of the four of us. I'm always impressed with the things that he plays. Like I would never think to go into the indie tier of games. I never delve into that. And you play games that I've never even heard of, man.
Well,
so that's cool.
I really like the indie games, especially when they come up on the Switch because they're just easier to get into.
But I really wish I could just play all the time. There's so many things to play. What about you, Ken?
Also the plus of having 3 months off and not having something that should be occupying my time. Well, we won't get into that.
What about you, Ken? If you could replace your job, your income flow 1-to-1 with just playing video games, clocking in, clocking out, taking a couple notes. Maybe let's just say that you're either a tester or a reviewer, and you got paid what you got paid with your current daytime job. Is that something that you'd be into? I feel like Ken's answer is never easy. So
no, this one's easy. It's yes, of course. Like get paid to play video games. Now I get it. Like if I'm being paid to play I don't know, the same video game over and over again, that's different. Like if I you know, yeah, then I probably wouldn't want to do that. Like, but if it was like, oh, you can just play video games and tell us how you feel about it, well, then of course I'd like, and what would I like, and you get to pick your games. Mine would be so like, I would just go down the list of like, first off, all the ones that I just want to play, that, you know, the Red Deads, the Fallouts, the Zeldas, the Nintendo stuff, any Metroid, whatever. But then I would like, you know, I don't know what I would like. I wonder what I would eventually branch into. Like what you were just talking about, how Devin like finds all these games. Like I wonder where I would find them. Like 'cause every once in a while I'll run across a game that I'm like really like I like a lot, that like means something to me like years down the road, like Into the Breach or Flame in the Flood. But like I haven't really dealt with that. In the Indie Direct there was a game. It kind of reminded me of Untitled Goose Game, in that it was a very like not special game that still came across as special. And it was just very nice and quaint. It's like really crude, like pencil drawing, and just the music was really nice. You're taking pictures, helping people. I don't know. It seemed like
Phototome.
Huh?
Oh, it's called Tome or something like that.
Phototome. That's what it's called. And that's the next game, like that's like very off the beaten path that I kind of want to play. And I'm not sure why it got me, but it really did hook me. But yeah, of course I'd play video games for money. Like who wouldn't?
I would be down.
Now, would you play a video game would you play like, what about like, I mean, I guess I still probably would, like, what about the Barbie series? Like you're in charge of the Barbie series division. Would you play that for money?
I would. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, man. So you throw something my way, you pay me for it. I probably will most likely do it. Doesn't mean I'm cheap or easy, so don't get ahead of yourself, Ken.
I know, I was already like counting my bank account right there. All right, so you would just clock in 9 to 5 playing Barbie, My Horse and Me.
Yeah, because I know eventually people would want me to play their games.
No, they're like, wow, David, your input on this Barbie game was awesome. We have 100 more Barbie games down the road. You are our Barbie guy.
Yeah,
You'd probably do it.
I would.
I probably
I
would.
know
knows,
there's
man?
a Barbie video on my channel if anyone's interested in where I play a Barbie game.
Crossover.
Shameless plug. Plug.
JB's the Barbie guy, not me, man.
I think I just sold all my Barbie games. So.
What would be the one series you wouldn't play for money?
It's the games that I have fervor for. So Resident Evil, like I was itching to play that. Breath of the Wild, like I would be at work and I would just be thinking about wanting to play those games. That's how you know, like genuine desire. I don't have to.
So you wouldn't.
I don't have to
you wouldn't want
negotiate
you wouldn't want
desire.
to
I
be
just
paid to play those games.
No, I don't have to. I just want to play those games. Period.
You're such a good human.
But I mean, you guys, we've all had those feelings, right? Ever since we were kids. You're at school and you're thinking about the one game you want to play when you get home, or you're in college or you're in a part-time job and you just want to get home and play that one game. We all have those games still. Like Devin, I feel like maybe Returnal was that for you.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
it was a while until I got horrifically stuck.
Like me, it was Resident Evil or Ratchet and Clank. Like those games were. Breath of the Wild was one of those. Mario Odyssey. I just wanted to play those games. What about you guys? What were your genuine desire games this year?
This year?
Yeah,
Like, did it have to come out this year or
that you played this year.
like this year? Like for me, it's Dracula X. Like I've been grinding away at that. I've streamed that a couple of times, but that has been like such a fresh and like just like giving me a love for the Castlevania series as a whole. And I've been as you know, I've been going through and collecting those, but I am every day I've come home and tried to grind away on that since I got it, and that was like a month ago.
Ken?
Honestly, probably not really anything. I was hoping Skyward Sword would really do it. I mean, I'm playing Skyward Sword, but it's not really like making me like want to play it because I hate the first like 3-4 hours of that game. And I've been just kind of like probably just letting life get too much in my way of like really like I'm gonna play a video game. So nothing really this year. Hopefully that Totem game will do it though.
Good point.
Devin, anything else other than Returnal?
I was just trying to think because, yeah, I was playing Returnal like crazy, and that was really my game for a while. But then I got horrifically stuck, and I can't seem to get through it now. Otherwise, from that, it's Resident Evil 8, which I want to jump back on because I gave that a break when Returnal came out.
How far did you get, Dev?
On 8, I just killed Vampire Mummy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you still got a good chunk of the game. So
yeah, very much.
And
where you're exploring in that whole little city, dilapidated shack town, and going to the rest of the family's houses.
JB, you just stopped it to the first Wasp sister, right?
Well, yeah, I was playing it then, and then I forgot something happened. But the big thing, and this is like such a first world thing. Want to be very clear, like the cabling in my in wall, like we have our TV mounted and then we have cable in the wall. The cable in the wall doesn't carry a 4K signal, and so like it's driving me up the wall right now. That my Series X is not outputting. Like this is like I said, such a first world thing. But I'm like, I don't really want to play it more until I get because we're working to get the cabling fixed and just kind of figuring out a time where we can unmount the TV, set up when to pull the old cable out, put new cable in. But I didn't want to play anymore until I had it like at the best I could play it.
I get that though.
That game specifically because that game is beautiful. I mean that I would argue is the best looking game of this year that I've played. I think right now my game of the year is probably Monster Hunter Rise. In terms of just making me want to play, but Resident Evil 8 was a beautiful game. Beautiful game.
You know what game I want to play? Actually, Mario Party, the new one. Like, if that could somehow, like, seriously, if, like, the four of us even could somehow play it, or I could take it to my friend's house and then just, like, experience for 1 hour that feeling that I got when I played with my friends in my 20s, that would make my entire freaking year. That Mario Party game is just, like, there's so much potential. That's why people get so disappointed when it's not, like, I don't know, the first Mario they've ever played party game, because it's like the memories with the Mario Party game are so awesome. Like, if I could just have 1 hour of Mario Party just being super fun, that would be like great, where like nobody complains about anything. Just like, they should have included GameCube things out here. I'd be like, shut up. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for, like, to the most. I'll probably be the most disappointed also, because like there's no way it can recapture that feeling, but you know, maybe.
No. Well, that brings us to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we gotta go.
8 o'clock your times.
So, you should future-proof, Bandana. Put 8K cables in your wall.
I will see. We will, do what it makes most financial sense at the time.
All right. Well, yeah, so we'll be back next week if I'm not dead. If I am dead, Bandana can, you have the password to the channel. You can just keep it going.
Yeah, can I make some quick plugs for my channel real quick?
Yeah, go.
Tomorrow morning, a new show I've started called Contravania, which is bringing together things that people love and talking about them. That'll be premiering sometime tomorrow. Be up by the afternoon. It'll be up in the morning, so check that out. The first episode's already on my channel. So make sure to give that a watch. Really good, really fun conversations. Also, I've been streaming a lot more lately, so a lot of cool gameplay right now.
That's Bandana Gamer on YouTube.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, see you guys. Have a good night. All that stuff.